Over the past few years, we've seen a significant increase in the number of customers that utilise online banking, mobile banking, and now a relatively new phenomenon, mobile money. Particularly the mobile money space becoming prevalent in sub-Saharan Africa through Southeast Asia. One would expect that the increasing transactional volumes and interest around these new channels could have an adverse effect on transactional volumes on the ATM and point of sale network. Last year in June alone, it was observed that over 220 million transactions passed through the mobile money networks. That represented over $4.6 billion worth of value through payments across the mobile money networks. Surely this will have a negative effect or a reduction effect on traditional processing networks like ATM networks and point of sale. Well, interestingly, we've seen the reverse. Globally, not only in sub-Saharan Africa and Southeast Asia, and particularly in the Middle East, we've seen a 50% increase in ATM transactional volumes in the last 5 to 6 years. We're also seeing an increase in the number of services that ATM networks offer. So for example, you can now withdraw multiple currencies from the same ATM terminals in many cases. You can pay utility bills, top up mobile phones, you can deposit cash into ATM terminals. And so there's a significant increase in the activity that's occurring across the ATM network and the card networks. What does that mean then to the banks? Well, it really means three key things. Firstly, there's increasing volume or transactional volume across their various ATM and card networks. Two, there's increased complexity in those networks as new services are added. And three, there's a drive to reduce operational costs in order to ensure that those channels remain profitable. So how are banks responding to those three challenges? Well, firstly, there's a recognition that the ATM channel will continue to be important. Over 71% of banks believe that their ATM network is more important to their customer now than it was last year. So there's recognition that these channels will continue. Second, banks are seeking ways to automate manual activities and operational processes. And by doing that, they can achieve the three goals of scalability, managing complexity, and reducing costs. A great example where this is applied would be reconciliation and exception management, where by introducing automation around data collection, matching and exception and dispute management in the cash replenishment and e-journal reconciliation spaces, banks are achieving significant operational savings and significant risk reduction through greater visibility and transparency and control into those key ATM network and card processes.